What's going on, family? It's Quintrell Lenore, Q here, your favorite career coach, back with another video. Before I get rolling, like my wife, she's got me dripped out, man. She's made me a bunch of these purpose-driven living shirts, and I feel confident right now, you know. So shout outs to my wife, Lorea, from Purpose Driven Designs, helping a brother out. All right, so I was reading this article by CNBC, and it was talking about how US regulators are ready to crack down on AI biases. So if you haven't heard, if you've been living under a rock, AI is here and it's only scaling. We've got a lot of homework to do as professionals, but I think it's an interesting conversation thinking about from the lens of IT professionals, IT job seekers, folks that are trying to change careers in IT or accelerate their careers. I think we have to start to look at AI, how it's going to impact us as professionals. Okay, so AI biases. Well, first, I think we need to define, like, what is a bias? When we think about a bias, this is disproportionate favor for one thing over the other. This is disproportionate favor for maybe an idea, a people group, over another idea or people group. So an example, ageism is an example of a bias. So if I'm a recruiter, if I'm a hiring manager, and I have an IT technical support role that I want to fill, I'm probably going to show signs of ageism if I'm starting to source hundreds of applications and I notice that, you know, I'm leaning more towards people that are new graduates, people that have only been in the workforce for 1 or 2 years. And if ageism is coming to shape out, I'm weeding out those folks that have been in the workforce for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, right? Because I might perceive them as not having the tech skills or any kind of skills to be able to do the job as an IT technical support. That is an example of ageism. All right, so fun fact. So in front of me, I have a little script here, and I'm gonna kind of turn my attention away from the camera a little bit, and I'm gonna just read off the script. The reason being is because I use AI to generate the script for me, right? I use ChatGPT to help me. So if we're not already hip to the game, I think we have to start to put these AI skills into our toolkit. In this article, 5 points were made. So US regulators are pretty much warning that they already have the power to go after AI biases for organizations. It can be corporate entities, institutions, and so forth, right? So as a job seeker, it's pretty much saying that it's important for us to understand the implications of this for the development of AI systems. So as an IT professional, knowing best practices, skills related to AI systems, just like you would for a ticketing system, if you're an IT technical support professional, you need to know, you know, AI skills, or just like you would know various databases as an IT professional, you need to have some kind of acumen for AI skills. The other thing this article talks about is you may want to research further to gain a deeper understanding of the potential regulatory landscape for AI in the future. So the point of emphasis is now is the time to do our research on these various platforms and best practices. For example, as I mentioned, I use ChatGPT to construct this script for this video. Secondly, it's important to note that biases in AI can arise from a variety of different sources. This includes data that we use to train our systems and train our teams, for that matter. They use algorithms in order to construct these databases, right? And so we have to do a good job with developing people and developing and deploying these AI systems. So as a job seeker, we have to be aware of the sources that our biases are coming from, where our data is coming from. So think about this, right? If where is data being pulled? For example, if a company wants to know how many employees send emails before noon each day, all right, and they use a sales department as like their focus group to see, you know, if we can pilot and see how many folks send emails before noon, right? You got to acknowledge the bias there. So typically a sales department is going to have some skewed data because it's usually made up of mostly white men, right? So it's a chance that we can ignore the more diverse representation of the greater workforce. The point that I'm making here is that, like, that's an example of AI biases. If we're using one data source, or if we're pulling data from one pool or one source, like, there's going to be some biases there. Third point, this article notes that regulators are particularly concerned about potential for AI biases to harm vulnerable populations, such as minorities and people with disabilities. As an IT job seeker, it is important to be aware of these concerns and take steps to ensure that the systems you develop, so thinking about yourself as someone that's creating these systems and then deploying them in a way that's fair and unbiased. So even if you guys are not a diversity, equity, inclusion professional, which I'm not, right? I won't consider myself a DEI professional, but I have to learn these things. These are now skills, soft skills I'm putting in my toolkit. We all have to do that at this point, right? So even if you're not a DEI professional at your company, we have to begin to ask ourselves, like, you know, DEI related questions, right? This is now a soft skill that we have to put in our toolkit. If you need help, visit our website at lenorecoaching.com. We got a lot of great resources, including this book, Purpose Driven Work, written by yours truly. If you are someone that is trying to align purpose with your dreams, your callings, and career, this is going to be a good read for you. We also have our 60-day career change course for those of you all that are trying to change careers. No matter what industry you're trying to break into, that 60-day career course is going to be helpful for you. Reach out to your boys. Shoot me an email at info@lenorecoaching.com. I would love to get connected with you. I'm on social media. Reach out to me on TikTok, Instagram, and I'm also on LinkedIn. Y'all have a blessed one, man. I'm confident that if you keep at it, if you keep focused, if you're resilient and you have that grit, that determination, you will see the fruit. So keep at it. You got it. Y'all have a blessed one. I will talk to you soon. Take care.
Put on his neck, I'm coming in high, I'm coming in quick, got what I got, I'm so content, he calling me big, running up chicks, running up, loving that flex, been on that marathon nail, I run at my pace, they loving the sprint, foot on his neck.